Hello, welcome. This is early January here in Basque Country, and I have been wanting to do this video, which I was going to call a 2-minute 25 wrap-up, but it isn't going to happen. It's not going to be 2 minutes because the list is too long. So on the thumbnail, I'll put however many minutes it is. But I do want to fly through the various ministry highlights and family highlights of the year. So I'm going to do that. This is January 6th, which is a holiday here. It's King's Day. The Magi came to see the Lord Jesus. Okay, well, here we go. First of all, I want to start with highlights. Hopefully I don't skip any. Highlights of the Esperanza Viva Living Hope Baptist Church Ministry last year, 2025. First of all, in January, we had a special class for the teachers, some training for them, along with the men's Bible studies every Saturday, which have continued to be very, I guess you could say, popular every Saturday. In February, we had a missions conference, our first ever, and we had a couple of the missionaries that the church supports. And that was a lot of fun, and it was a good thing for our church people. In April, we had Easter services, and the choir sang special music. Then, towards the end of April, we hosted a seminary on creationism by Dr. Orlando. That was very, very good and encouraging for our people as well. In May, we baptized 2 adults and a teenager. Then, we had a special activity for the married couples in the church. In June, we had an English camp with a visiting missions team at the church, sort of a daily vacation Bible school. And then in July, we had a wedding shower for one of our young ladies who was later married in Romania, her country. In August, we had several youth activities, overnighters, things for the church, young people. And in November, we had an activity for the married couples, which was phenomenal, and there were 23 couples who were able to come. It was very good for them. Our co-workers, the Alvarez, organized that event. In December was full. We had a cantata. The choir did a cantata. Then Jesus Came. We had unsaved people there listening to that great presentation of the gospel. We gave out 3 huge Christmas baskets to the firemen, policemen, the post office, and then we sent out the yearly 40,000 postcards through the post office to all of the homes in our area. That was what I remember of the church ministry. Then here at the farmhouse at Ayerdi, in January we had our 60th Intensive Institute on the book of Titus with Antonio Liscano from southern Spain. Then in February we had the 61st Intensive Institute on the book of Acts from missionary Alfonso Alvizo, or who did it, rather. And then in May, we had the 62nd Intensive Institute on the book of Ephesians by, again, Dr. Orlando. So these institutes, we've been doing them for 27 years now. Then, let's see, in May, we also had, the twins organized an overnighter for the young ladies here at the farmhouse. These are just activities here. Obviously, there's some overlap between here and the church. In June, early June, we had a mission team from Hampton Park Baptist Church in Greenville. What a blast. That was great. And then we also hosted a double team, Emmanuel Baptist from Kings Mountain, North Carolina with Pastor Ogle, and a group from Brookside up in Wisconsin. They joined together, and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. The work that was done was mainly the pouring the steps that go down towards where we have a place set up for tents so that we can house more people in some of these activities. So that was in early July, and then towards the end of July, a mission team came from our home church, our sending church, Berean Baptist Church. That was a ball as well, but a lot was done, a lot of good conversation, good spiritual chatting time and ministry here. They were serving at the church. It was good. In August, we had our 11th Christian Workers Retreat, and Spanish pastors and workers from churches in other parts of Spain come together for that. Brother Salazar was our special guest, and he also did or helped with a couples conference that we did at church. Sort of just Saturday, Sunday thing, but it went very well. And let's see, in October, we were on furlough, but our co-workers wanted that they organized a mini youth retreat here at the farmhouse, went very well. And then in December, last month, we did our 20th missionary teen retreat. Just a fantastic ministry with the laymen's, and it was a blessing to have them. So that's the church, that's Ayerdi, and now quickly some family highlights. In spring, for almost 3 months, our grandchildren from Ethan and Rachel came over from Greenville, from South Carolina, spent almost 3 months with us. And it was a special arrangement anyway. They were here, and then at the end of it, Ethan and Rachel came, and Mark and Andrea came. And so for the first time ever, we had all of our children, all of the spouses, and all of the grandchildren together. And so we got pictures of that. I say all of us. There were two, there was one of them, I guess. Benjamin was not yet born. He was born back in November, I believe it was, or early December. November, yeah, mid-November. And then now Mark and Andrea are expecting a little fellow later on this spring. So I jumped ahead of my list. But anyway, so we were on furlough for 7 weeks, lightning weeks of traveling and reporting and visiting with friends. I also was able to run my second marathon, which I was glad to do. I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish or not, but it went well. And then also I had an opportunity to shoot a 10-point buck. That was a surprise out at the ranch there where Ethan and Rachel are. And Mark and Andrea are here, like I said, over Christmas. And then I'm going to just throw up a few family pictures real quick here at the end, including my parents. Oh, my parents I was able to visit them last spring as well. They're in Washington. Appreciate your prayers for Daddy. Has a surgery coming up this week. And I'm going to close right there. I don't know how long it is. It's definitely not a 2-minute video, but hope you enjoyed it. God bless you. Thank you for praying, for supporting, for communicating with us, and just being a blessing to us as we continue to serve the Lord joyfully here on the mission field in the Basque region of northern Spain. Take care. Goodbye.